I have an engine.
Yep.
I asked you earlier if you ever keep engines. Well, there was one particular engine that you did keep, and you kept it for me.
Number 11.
Number
011.
011.
Yep.
So I won $4 million plus with this one engine. We won 3 of the 4 in a row at Talladega with it. We won shootouts and qualifying races and the July race at Daytona, I believe, maybe.
Yep.
I don't know. This engine was a very special engine. So much so that, from what I was told, Tony Sr., Tony Jr., when Daytona or Talladega rolled around, they expected that motor to come cruising on into the shop for getting put into the primary car. And they would even insist on it if it wasn't the one that came, right? There was ever a time when y'all would bring a different motor in there and they'd come over and say, hey, well, where's 11? Where's our motor?
Yeah.
Right? That happened.
Yep.
Eventually, this engine was in the car on Sunday morning, the day we won the 4th Talladega race in a row, and y'all found an issue with a freeze plug.
Yep.
There was concerns that it might not make it. You fixed the problem, but wasn't totally confident to leave it in there. And we changed engines that morning and ended up going in the race. You take this engine back and it never raced again.
Yep.
I don't remember when you gave it to me, but maybe it was sometime that year.
That year, yep.
It shows up on a stand, this beautiful stand on wheels, and it's dressed out, ready to go. And I've kept that. I still have it. It's one of my favorite parts of my career. One of the coolest things that I've ever been given. Why do you think that motor was so special? That motor did a lot of things. And I'm sure there's been times in your career when you've had engines that just, you build cars and some of them just turn better in the middle of the corner. They're the same damn car built on the same jig as all the other 10, but this one car is always better. Is it that simple? But what was it about that motor?
It just, every time we built it, and that was one of the first ones I built there at DI. And it was like every time we built it, it just ran special. But that was either the first or second one I built there. And we built it as an open engine. And it didn't run.
Not a plate motor.
And it didn't run. It was like,
wow.
And we messed with cams on it, ran it on the dyno bunch, and it wouldn't run. And we're like, all right, we're going to turn this thing into a plate motor. Bam. Thing ran really, really good. And it was like every time we built it, plate motor ran good.
Yeah. It was unstoppable.
Yeah.
But do you have a theory on what its secret? What was the magic?
Is it just that simple as you just happen to put the right intake with the right set of heads with the right block and all of that porting and all of that flow and that air pump, as you say, just performed as perfectly as it could? Or because you certainly changed a lot of this thing went through so many sets of pistons in its lifetime. It's got to be the main components.
I think you measure a lot of these blocks and you look at them and stuff, and lifter bores and stuff like that are just lined up right. All alignment of everything to take all the friction out of it are just right in it.
We're talking measurements too
Millions.
small.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, do you ever try to recreate this motor?
Yeah, we did. We did a lot of stuff because we always would measure that thing and try to find another one just like it. And we did. What's just funny is we had that engine, and the other engine was number 30 at Michael one, and we only built that engine once, and that engine was Michael won it, and we never built it again.
I connect you with super speedways. I connect you with the ability to build a motor that, as you say, pumps the air, and that's, when you restrict the top end of that motor, that becomes even more critical. The ideas and theories that have been successful for you to set you apart from traditional or engine builders throughout the industry, are those same? I know engines are quite different these days, but are those same? Is there like a set of values and protocols and ideals that you carry with you throughout your career, and if applied properly, continue to produce the same results even decades down the road? You know, that's one of the things that I think is most fascinating about somebody, especially in our industry, is longevity. And we see crew chiefs that sort of just age out, right? The technology gets beyond them. Their ability to people gets beyond them. Everything runs its course, right? But is the ideas and theories of making that engine do what it's supposed to do, stay consistent enough, and your ability to do it so well are all the theories and things that you're doing to motors for me in 2004 that you did for Derek Cope in 1990, are those still the same ideals that you use today?
I think so. And it's like talking to a group the other day, I think one of the things and I feel like I take a lot of pride in is on building engines as a process. And I look at coming over to DEI I felt like I set up a really good group and then put processes in place, even if I'm not there, and that all the people do the same way. It's a really good system. And then when I went to Richards, I felt like they built reliable engines, but they definitely weren't on the top of the power chain. And so I put a really good group together there, and they win the dyno war a lot, ECR, make really good power. And then when Richard and Rick talked in 2020, we went down and put the deal together with Hendricks, and now all the Chevrolet engines get put together the same. And now, Chevrolet's been on a really good streak of winning championships again and winning a lot of races. But I feel really honored to be part of that group that ECR and the Hendricks group now. They build all their engines the same. They got the same system. But I feel like a lot of that was born at DEI on them systems, and all that is now all the Chevrolet engines get that. So
that's interesting. Yeah, that's cool. Have you ever built a motor or had a motor as special as number 11 since?
No, but a lot of stuff on the plate stuff is carried on from that. So pretty cool, huh? No number 11.
Yep. Dude, it's legendary.
Yep.
It's like
Doug Yates hates that engine.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Well, he said it. He told us that.
So let me ask you a question.
He told us.
If the intake and the heads and the block are all the real parts and pieces.
All the real parts, yeah. Yep.
Just as it came off the racetrack.
Yeah, we wanted to keep all that special.
That's like the Secretariat of motors.
Yeah, pretty good analogy, actually. You guys were on such a run. My gosh, man.
There's not another engine in NASCAR that's ever won as much money as that one.
No.
It won 2 No Bulls, I believe.
Yeah.
$2 million paydays, along with several other races.
Yeah.
Yeah. It hardly lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm glad I got it. Thank you, Richie, for giving that to me. I was like, I never saw that coming. Hey, if you like that video, like and comment below, and don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss another piece of Dirty Mode Media content.